everybody. I'm Faten Khalfallah. I'm a computer science teacher in the Pioneer School, and I would like to share my story with you. My story began in 2006. So in 2006, I was just get my diploma to be a teacher. And I was affected in a school, small school in Schira, in Sfax. And there I found that I have a lot of jobs to do in order to make a change. So the change was very difficult for me because I would like to make a change for students and also for pupils. It was hard to change with the students after the experience that I had in the High Institute of Sports. And there I found that I have to make the change from an early age student, from kids. So in 2008, I participated as a volunteer, and I was invited by the British Council with my husband in order to be the translator. Why translator? Because our students can't communicate in English. So they can't communicate in English, so they can't be international. So we have to work in order to have international students one day. In 2009, I was invited to present the Women at Work in Beirut and to share what is my dream for a future Tunisia. And there, after this, so I wrote a paper, me and my husband, as he is a sport teacher and I am a computer science teacher. And I am teaching computer science in English. So we have to mix our efforts and make that happen. So in 2011, and after the revolution, fortunately, so for us, we've been able to create First Kiss Club, which is a Tunisian association that will work on that issue, that will work from an early age kids, how to motivate them to practice English via technology, because we know that the future is technology. And since I am a computer science teacher, so I will not work without technology, so I have to work hard on that. We've heard about the conference held to future approaches to education reform in 2012. We were happy to be invited to this conference, but unfortunately, we found ourselves that we are just auditors, not speakers. So we are not able to share what we are guessing for the future, what we are suggesting for a future bright Tunisia. So after this experience, and we found that a lot of people from all over the world, they are sharing their experience, although they are not something that can happen here in our country, because we know what it can happen in this country. We own it. In 2013, I got the chance with my colleague who traveled to France to a school. So I asked the director if I can have a training in robotics, in something that can happen with kids in Tunisia, and we haven't. I was welcomed. And so I was traveling to France every holidays in order to get some skills from there. And I decided to begin this with our kids. So I've chosen about 14 pupils aged of 11 to work with them. We found that in 2014 we can advance, and we are working hard in order to make it happen. They are communicating and they are practicing. And learning by doing is the first thing that we can make in order to learn a lot. In 2015, after this hard work, I found myself in September in Silicon Valley. And I've never dreamed to be in Silicon Valley. I just dreamed to make a change in my country. So I was selected from the US Embassy to present Tunisia in Silicon Valley for 2 months there, and to be mentored in the biggest companies of technology. So I was in Facebook, I was in Google. I pitched my idea in Google. I've been mentored in Autodesk. And I was the regional ambassador of Autodesk when I came back to Tunisia. I found myself that I'm the Autodesk regional ambassador, change generation emerging leader, that I've been selected from the High Institute of Peace of US. I've been the certified mentor because a lot of mentors suggested that they can mentor me and give me more power because they are empowering women, especially also in technology. I found myself that I'm the Vox for Kids regional ambassador, which is also a non-profit organization that is launched in US, and they would like to spread the word via learning technology to kids. And the VEX Robotics Regional Ambassador in this year, in which I will participate in the VEX Championship, the World Championship of Robotics in US, in Kentucky. This can't be if I can't practice English. This can't be if our kids can't practice English. So they have to practice. Not they have to write. They have to communicate. They have to speak. They have to convince. They have to make negotiation with others in order to be able to make it happen. The team behind me now is the 14 kids that we've coached at the age of 11. So they are now 16 years old, and they can make it better. So they are spreading, they are coaching youngest pupils. So every coach has a mission, and every coach has a group or a team that he has to make what I made. So our network is spreading, our network is enlarging, and we are together making that happen, and in Tunisia. The coaching experience is really something that makes me sad, because the coaching experience began when my friend wasn't my friend, with tragedy. She's stolen a book that we wrote together and published it alone with her name. So in that time, I said that this is my team. My team is the people that I'm coaching, that I'm giving. So I'm sure that they will give me. So we've traveled a lot, and we've made an impact in France, in Morocco, in London, and every place. They would be there. They are fascinated by the Tunisian team. What's this power? They are saying at this age, they are able to do that? If we have pupils like that, so we will make our better to make a bright country. So imagine that all of us make hand in hand in order to make a future generation that is able to love a country and to give to this country. Summer Boot Camp was an initiative launched after coming back from the US, and it was my project after coming back how to be together with these kids and working on artificial intelligence with them, on 3D designs. A volunteer, 3D Print, it was a company, and they volunteered to be in Kirkana Island and to provide the 3D printer in order to be able to have the products in this printer. The kids were really fascinated by this new technology, and they said, if we have such one in our local, so we can make better job. And so we said, the problem is that we haven't money in order to provide such material. But we can work and we can get it. The work that we've chosen is to apply in a competition. The competition is for students, for universities. But we always say that there is no difference between a pupil, student, no limit of age that give you the power. The power is in you. So if you want, you can get. So we've applied with different projects, so 3 projects are applied. And the surprise for them is that the first prize is for them. And it's not for the idea. It's about how they've communicated their projects. Because when we've seen the judges, they said there are a lot of universities applied. But when communicating the project, how to convince about your project was absent. So how to work on a strategy to give your idea or to convince others about your idea is always a knowledge that we have to work on. So finally we have this printer in the local. And the work becomes more harder because it becomes trainings for the others, for other people. DevOps for Kids event was organized for the Independence Day. So we celebrated the Independence Day in another fashion. So the Independence Day for us is a celebration of how we can change this country. From that year to now, what we've changed? Nothing. So we have to change the generation which make the future brighter. Startups. Startups is a competition launched by the kids also. 2 girls aged of 15 years old said that we launch a competition for mobile apps development. And we'll pitch this mobile apps. And their apps now are published on the Play Store. Alexo Apps. The Alexo Apps competition. The Mohammed Khalil is the participant, the participant age of 13 years old, who get the first prize by mobile app for handicapped people. And he get $5,000, but for him. Partnerships. So I've been the pleasure to be invited by different countries to share this experience. And they want to launch First Kiss Club there. They want to be our ambassadors there. So I was invited by the Education Minister of Education in Kenya, Nairobi and Mombasa. So I will come back. ST Morocco, in Morocco, so there will be a First Kiss Club in Morocco, and in France, So, what made us proud, very proud, is our selection last year to be in the Olympic Games of Robotics at the age of 16 years old for some guys. We weren't sure that we can make it, but what we said,
Make it happen.
we can make it. So we participate and we'll gain experience. We'll have experience from others because 163 countries, including Japan, including Korea, including France, including Germany, including US. So it's not such easy to be in, but for us it's an experience. We not lose something, but we gain experience. So we played, we made our robot, no one helped us in order to make it happen. Some companies trusted in the kids and helped them to get their flight tickets, and there we proved that Tunisia is big. It's very big. By the people in, by you, by the future Tunisian people, by you, the lovers and the dreamers of a better country. We get the first prize by the golden and the silver medal. We get the prize of the international excellence. What made us proud and what made us feel that work will give us, efforts will give us. We'll not stay and say, we can't, we haven't money, we haven't resources, we haven't people behind. You can make the people behind. You can start and you'll find a lot of people that can participate with you and have the same and share the same objective. Tech Year 2017 is also a success for us. Tech Year 2017 is aged of 16 years old, and she was selected to present Tunisia last year in Silicon Valley. So she got courses in Virginia Tech University with students from all over the world, and she proved that Tunisia exists and will make the country or the world better. We can participate in making a change in this world. So I would like to say that the last success here 1 month ago in the competition launched for inventions and innovations, 2 guys participated with